And indeed, it is the group of Allah that will succeed. And we did succeed, in this world and in the hereafter. 30 years after the Prophet Muhammad, and the Muslim empire spread all the way from Africa to India and Spain, 3 continents. Why is it, I will ask you, that today we are the third world? We have lost the respect and dignity we enjoyed. We are apologetic and submissive. And to whom? To the disbelievers, the kuffar. Astaghfirullah. Why is it that today sons of the caliber of Muhammad bin Qasim, Tariq bin Ziyad, and Khalid bin Walid are not born? Because we don't have mothers of the caliber of Fatima, Zainab, Paula, and Asma. And why don't we have those mothers? Let us think about this. Brothers and sisters, there are 357 in Surah Nisa, right where the commandments for women are laid. And another verse in Surah Tahrim. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, qu anfusakum wa ahlikum nara. O you who believe, save yourselves and your families from hellfire. Brothers and sisters, this is one extreme. Inna Allaha la yuhibbul mu'tadin. Allah does not like any transgression, any extreme. The other extreme is equally bad. There are people who are guilty of burying their women alive. Yes, today, mentally burying them by telling them that they are inferior, third-class slaves of men. And may Allah forgive us in the name of Sunnah. May I ask whose Sunnah are they following? This is not the Sunnah of the Prophet Muhammad. What is his Sunnah? He, if his shoe would break, he would mend it himself. And then he would run a race with his wife Aisha and let her win the race so that she could also enjoy herself. These extremes, brothers and sisters, have driven more people away from Islam than we would even like to believe. Not only women, men as well. Not only non-Muslims, Muslims as well. A man once came to Ismail al-Faruqi and said that Islam seems to be such a biased religion. Whenever I go to the mosque, to a religious institution to learn about Islam, I see so many men. But where are the women? Good question, and I repeat, where are the women? It is so easy today for anyone and everyone to come up to a woman and say, hey, this is Islam. And what will the poor woman say? Amanna wa saddaqna, I believe, because she doesn't know any better. Her basic right, I should say, her duty of education, religious and secular, has been taken away from her. What is the result? Brothers and sisters? Okay, brothers and sisters, this right of education, by taking it away from women, what do we see? If a woman has messed up ideas, non-Muslim ideas, or if she is totally ignorant of what's going on around her, in either case, can she be expected to raise a child the model of a perfect Muslim? Of course not. The first 5 years of the child are not as trivial as we think they are. According to a fact, scientific fact, the brain of the child develops not only before he is born, but it takes the first 5 years for the brain to fully develop. And in these years, whatever he sees around him, whatever he sees his mother, his parents doing, will have an impact on his future character. If the mother is the model of an Islamic woman, and the father for that matter too, the child will more likely than not become an Islamic model himself. But if the mother herself is locked up in a dark corner of a dark room of a dark home, secluded from the entire world, what can you expect? What is this generation gap that we see? And why are all these un-Islamic, cultural, traditional practices so prevalent in our Muslim world? There's many of them. Let me just take one. Jahez, dowry, as you saw in the skit earlier on. It is a big thing in India and Pakistan. And what is this? Well, this is that at the time of marriage, the girl has to bring cash, furniture, God knows what not. This is totally un-Islamic. Then why is it that so many good girls cannot get married because of this. And if they are getting married, a lot of times their parents don't even ask them if they want to get married or not. The Quran is very clear on this. يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا يحل لكم أن ترثوا النساء كرها. O you who believe, it is not lawful for you to take a woman by force against her will. No. And if they do get married, may God forbid it, but if to a cruel, unkind person, they bear his excesses their whole life. Number one, because they don't even know that according to Islam, if a woman wants, at the time of the marriage, in the marriage contract, she can put the stipulation and keep the right of divorce in her hands. And if I am wrong, Brother Jamal Badawi, please correct me, I request you, right now. Okay, he's saying I'm right. Okay, so this is, pardon? Oh, there's more even, okay. I don't have time, that's the problem. Anyway, so this is one thing. The other thing, in some very traditional families, if a girl even wants to ask what is in her marriage contract, or what the contract is, period, they label her as shameless. And if such a naive girl does get divorced, why does the whole society look down upon her? Islam does not, Allah does not. In the Quran, in fact, where Allah is reproaching the wives of the Prophet Muhammad for giving him a hard time, he says that if you do not repent, I will replace you with women better than you, ثَيِّبَاتٍ وَأَبْكَارًا, who will be married previously and who will be virgins. Brothers and sisters, when I was in Pakistan, I had worked very, very closely with the president of United Islamic Organization for 2 years. And in fact, she'll be coming to America later on this year. Ask her and she'll tell you, day in and day out, how many cases of women there are suffering, having serious problems because of these and many other un-Islamic practices. And when I say un-Islamic practices, I am including all these Western forms of dating and whatnot. I'm including all of these. Brothers and sisters, this has got to stop now. This has got to change. We as Muslims, what is our goal? Our goal is to serve Allah. Why are all these un-Islamic practices so prevalent? We have to change them now. أَلَمْ يَأْنِ لِلَّذِينَ آمَنُوا أَن تَخْشَأَ قُلُوبُهُمْ لِذِكْرِ اللَّهِ وَمَا نَزَلَ مِنَ الْحَقِّ. Has not the time come for Muslims that their heart turn towards Allah, remembrance of Allah, and what Allah has revealed, which is the truth? Yes, the time has come. The time is now for us to get together and come up with solutions for these problems. Let none of us think that we cannot make a difference. Yes, we can, if our intention is pure. If we strive in the path of Allah, Allah has said, وَالَّذِينَ جَاهَدُوا فِينَا لَنَهْدِيَنَّهُمْ سُبُلَنَا وَإِنَّ اللَّهَ لَمَعَ الْمُحْسِنِينَ. Whoever will strive to reach Allah, Allah will guide him to the way that leads to Allah. And indeed, Allah is with the people who are righteous, who do good deeds, who are the muhsineen. So let us do away with our cultural, traditional, whatever biases. Shun everything un-Islamic and turn towards Islam. وَمَا عَلَيْنَا.